Bonjour, Émilie Talpin, OM System Ambassador in the US. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to tell you about my favorite settings to change on the OM-5, and hopefully that will help you. So let's get started. Now, when you get a camera, the first thing you do is usually read the manual, right? We all do that. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. You should though. Remember, read your manual. But when you get a camera, you should definitely change a few things. And when I got the OM-5, I went inside the menu and inside the control panel, and I did some really basic things to be able to get out straight away and go out and shoot. So I'm going to show you right now a few things that I recommend you change to make your life better. But also remember, those are things that I like to change. It doesn't mean that you should change it. Just some food for thought. And you can try it and let me know how you like them. Or maybe you could also tell me, hey, you know, those are other things that I think people should change, and just put them in the comments so we can see. Because remember, it's a community. The idea is we're all sharing, and it's fun to see what everybody is doing with their camera. So first thing to do, switch on your camera, you've charged your battery, and I'm gonna press on the OK button. That sends me to the control panel, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm shooting RAW. I've done that before. I'm so excited to go out, and I completely forgot, and I don't shoot in RAW, and I end up with JPEG. And I mean, JPEG are great. You can do a lot of things, but you can't do as much as if you're shooting with RAW. So first thing I do every time, go and change for RAW. And how I set up this camera is the M, it's going to be for landscape, and the C is going to be for macro, because I think that's how I'm going to be using this camera. Then the second thing I am going to change is the highlight and shadow info. I want to see my highlight and shadows so I know if I blew up my highlight or if I'm too dark, and readjust. I used to shoot looking at the histogram, but my friend Leroy, who is an OM System Ambassador, an amazing photographer, said, just put your highlights on and your shadow alerts so you know when you're blowing up your highlights. And he's like, so right, it changed my life. It's way easier. So how do you change this? Well, you go to the clock. Then when you are in the clock, just go to menu D1. Remember, the OM-5 has still the menu, the same menu as the OMD EM1 Mark III or the EM1X. Only the OM1 has the newer menu. So D1, and then you are going to go down to Info Settings. Then press the arrow again on Info, and then you see I don't want the histogram on. I just want to make sure that the highlight and shadow are on. So that's what I have. It's checked. I press OK. You can see I checked it. It's good to go. It's green. Then I'm going to go down to LV Info. Same again, arrow to the right. And then I have image only and custom one. You can see highlight and shadow. That's the only one that's on, and that's usually what I use. I just keep it here. It's easier. But if you wanted, you could do a custom too, where you have the histogram and not the highlight. That's possible. So that gives you all the options, and then you can switch through them. But for me, custom one, that's just what I used with the highlight. And I'm going to show you. And now you can see here it's underexposed. So you see the dark, the black is actually blue. But if I decide to, I'm just going to put my shutter speed really, really low. And now you can see I'm blowing up my highlights, and that's in red. I can see it very clearly. So it's going to help me readjust in the field. by changing my ISO or changing my shutter speed or changing my aperture. So I decide what I need to do. And I can see it on the back screen like I show you, but it's the same. I also can see it by looking at the viewfinder here. Very, very easy now to avoid blowing up your highlights or losing all your details because it's completely dark. You can't bring back details if it's completely dark. Now, another thing that I really like to use is that little level function here, that lever. It is really useful because you can have a different AF point selected and you can change if you're gonna do also SAF or continuous autofocus by just switching to 1 or 2. I actually made a video on this for the OM-1. I'm gonna put it right here if you're interested. But for the OM-5, this is how you do it. You are gonna go to menu, the clog, go to B, and then you go down to the FN lever function, and then you press the arrow and you can see you have different mode. Mode 1, change dial function. Mode 2, switch AF mode, AF target mode, AF target point according to FN lever position. This is great. This is what I use on mode 2. And then all you have to do is I'm on manual. I'm going to stay on 1 and I'm going to put the setting, and then I'm going to put the lever on 2 and I'm going to do other settings. And now I can just switch between those settings if needed by just switching that lever to 1 or 2. So let's say I have a bird in flight, I might do tracking, but then the bird is on a branch and I just want to use a 1 point. I want to do F2 and I'm going to do maybe just a continuous focus with just the 1 point. And that's it. All I have to do is with the lever. Love this function. Now, the OM-5 is also excellent for video, and it's great when you're doing Insta story because you can just turn it that way and it's gonna shoot for Instagram. Very, very nice feature. But the mode 3 for the lever function allows you to switch to all your movie setting. So that could be something that's very nice. You're taking a photo, all of a sudden you want to do a short, click on the lever, and then when you're gonna record, you will have all the settings that you picked for movies. So that's pretty good. That's also another option. I know another OM system ambassador who used this. I personally haven't, but I might try it and see what works the best for me. But right now, that's how I shoot with the mode 2. Now, I have 3 other things that I want to talk to you about. They're pretty small, but they're nice to change. The first one is the beeping sound. I do not like that beeping sound. I actually recently resetted my OM-1 and I completely forgot to do that. And then I'm in the field and beep, beep. I'm like, no, why? So this is how you do it. You are going to go to the menu, you go down to the clog, and then you are going to go to D4. And D4, that's the first thing here, it should say off, not on. And then you won't have the beeping sound, which is really nice, especially if you're doing wildlife photography. Then I also love to have my menu, to customize my menu. We can do that with the little star. And so I have a menu 1, a menu 2. Menu 1, it's nice to have cards set up. So the way you do it is you see card setup here. If you press on the recording button, it's going to tell you, how do you want to delete this? Yes, because I've already added it. But if it was not added to my menu, to my customized menu, then that's how I would add it and click yes. Here, I don't want to remove it, so I'm going to click no. But you get the idea. So if there are functions that you're using all the time, just put them in the star menu. The changing the date and time, I do that twice a year. I want to put it here as well. Maybe I use the reset custom mode as well, because my photography is always evolving. I'm always changing things. So maybe my C1, I want to change it, and I also put it in my menu. Or the grid setting, or the histogram setting. Just all the things that you think, hey, those are things I don't want to have to go and look through the menus, but I know that at some point I will need them. When I will be in the field, then put them here. And then you can also do a custom menu too, maybe with Live ND, Starry AF, focus stacking, focus bracketing, all that. You could have them here. So then all you have to do is go to the store and just look for all the items that you need. It makes your life way easier as a photographer to have a custom menu, something that's yours, that you created. And last but not least, you can also make sure that each file has your name, your copyright on it. You can also do that in Lightroom, but why not just do it on your camera, and then every time you exporting your files, you're importing them on your computer, well, it's already there. So what you do is you go to the clog, then you're going to go down to H1, and then with the arrow, you're going to copyright settings. You're going to click on the arrow again, copyright info on, and then if you go down, you have name of the artist. I'm going to go on the arrow, and then you can put your name. So here, this is pretty easy, Emily. So I'm going to put my name and then press end, and here I am, artist name and copyright name at Émilie Talpin. Here we go. Now copyright is on, and every time I take a photo, it has my information right on the file. So that's it, here it is. Those are the things that I like to change on my camera when I get my camera. So let me know in the comments what are the things that you like to change as soon as you get a camera, and we can discuss that this week. Also, I want to again thank you for all your support. I really, really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, it's never too late. Click on the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when my videos are coming out. It really helps the channel, and it pushes me to make more content for you guys. And yeah, I'm about close to 6,000 subscribers. I'm really excited. So thank you again. If you have any questions, or if there is anything that you would like me to talk about, just also put it in the comments. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week. I think next week we're going to take this little OM-5, maybe with the, I want to take the 60mm macro, because I think the OM-5 and the 60mm macro is a great combo. And we're gonna go out in the field, and we're gonna go and take some macro photo. Can the OM-5 be a great macro combo with the 60mm? I think that's what I want to talk about. So I can't wait to see you next week, and until then, happy shooting. Au revoir.